All right, I'm back. It's been a little while, feel like, since I made a video. This is my next brew day, and I am going to make a Irish red ale, something I've never tried before. Just want to show you the grains that I got for it. Got 8.5 pounds of Maris Otter, another pound of the Munich Malt, half pound of Crystal 60, quarter pound of roasted barley, a quarter pound of this dark Munich, and let me see, quarter pound of the Crystal 120. Or maybe that was a half pound, doesn't matter. Anyway, it's my hops, Kent Golding pellet and Fuggle, because that's good. Obviously not using a lot of hops, and I am using White Labs Irish Ale, which I've never used White Labs yeast before, so I wanted to give it a shot. But yeah, it's my Irish red ale. I'm calling it the Sealock Red. That is my grandfather's last name. Do a little Irish tribute to him. Of course, as always, I have a yeast starter going. I've had that going. Now that's when I put the White Labs in there with some dry malt extract. Just I prefer to do the yeast starters. I think it helps out a little bit. But anyway, I'm getting my water heated up now, and I'm going to go ahead and grind these grains up. Used to always buy my grains crushed. I don't know. I just feel like just kind of doing it myself now, just making me feel like I have more. I'm doing more of this process, you know, on my own without help. Anyway. All right, it's mash-in time. My temperature, I always raise it a little bit higher than what I'm gonna let it mash at, and then cut my mash back, my time for it, or temp, I mean. So get this started in here. I always sometimes wondered if I will ever forget that basket. I imagine it's happened, right? People have done it before. Forget that basket in this system. That would be a mess. Again, I think I've said this before in the past too. I like double grinding my grains. I run them through twice. I don't know. Maybe one day I won't, see how well it works, but I just feel like it helps me to do that. And I know some people say I don't have the set right. If I got to grind my grains twice, I don't have that mill set right. I don't know. Hadn't seemed to be a problem yet, I don't think. Would love to have the garage door open. It is really nice outside, but we got road work going on. Tearing up the streets. Well, nobody wants to really hear that, do they? I started with 5 gallons of water, if that matters. Maybe I should have started with a little bit more. Okay, I think I got everything mixed up pretty well. Go ahead and start this hour mash. Get my pump going. We'll rock and roll in an hour. All right, so the mashing's done. Turn off my pump. I do a mash out, always 170 for 10 minutes. Just something I've always done. Again, works for me, I guess. And I'm gonna let this drain for a few minutes and then I'll start sparging. I know I gotta add a little bit more water into this before my boil. Oh boy. So that'll be my next project. Let me start getting some water. Get some water. Had it heated up for a little bit now, about 170. Oh, and let me raise this up to my boil temp. Thankfully, the work is stopped outside. I can open up this garage door. It's such a beautiful day. Alrighty, I'll start with my sparging. Okay, we hit our boil, which is an ounce. My first addition is an ounce of the, I think I remember, but I don't, Kent Goldings pellet hops. So in Happa we go. I don't make another addition for a half an hour now. So rock and roll with the boil. Our boil started. Well, at my 30-minute addition, 1 ounce of the Fuggle, I don't know, what is that? Something I never used before. Fuggle. Sounds good to me. I don't know. It is my 30-minute addition. 1 ounce. I'll be back in 15 to make the last hop addition. Or no, wait a minute. I could be wrong on that. But I only got one more. I got 1 more ounce of the Kent Goldings to do. I'll do a Warfleck habit, even though there's not a whole lot of hops in this, really. 3 ounces total. I'm gonna add some yeast nutrient to this too. I took a pre-boil gravity reading of 1.050. Hopefully after the boil, I can get that up to 1.060. That's what I'm shooting for. So anyway, 30 minutes into boil, second edition, and the clock is ticking. So it is 15 minutes left. I'm throwing another ounce of Kent Goldings in here. Another 5 minutes, I'm gonna put in Warflock tablet, and some yeast nutrient. Just something, again, I always do. So we're gonna get that done. And it's a good day. It's a good brew day. I had to break out a little bit of my peach mead, made about 2 months ago. I don't know, it's 2 in the afternoon. What the hell, right? I ain't gotta work tomorrow. I ain't gotta work today. So again, 5 more minutes and we'll take care of the other good stuff in this. Almost wrapped up this boil. So my hour-long boil is up. You know what that means? It's time for the cool down. I'm gonna run it through my boy right there, counterflow chiller. Turn my water on. Let's see how long this baby takes. It is 3 o'clock, so I'll be interested to see how long. I usually don't measure this, but you're not going to see it from here. My little chima there, it'll give me an idea of the reading on the temperature. It's at 199 right now. 3 o'clock, 199. Be interested to see how long this takes to chill to the 70 degrees roughly, and then I'm going to pitch my yeast. Anyway, that is where I'm at. So it's chill down time, and we'll be back when we go into pitch this yeast. Okay, so I brought it down. It took about a half hour to get down to the temperature I wanted to pitch at. So bringing it in, get this yeast pitched. I took another gravity reading. It was 1.054. Still not where I wanted it to be at 1.060. But we live with it, right? Doesn't matter because we're going to drink the beer. I might tilt, but let me do this first. I am going to give a little aerate a little bit first. How much it really needs that. Hate the noise, sorry about the noise. That's some kombucha there, still going with the kombucha. Let me stop this. I'm going to pitch this yeast. It's about 69, 60-ish, 69 degrees or so. This little foam rubber stopper doesn't want to come out of the flask. Oh, I forgot something here. Sorry about cutting in front of the camera like that. Get my little chima so my little stir bar doesn't fall in there. We wouldn't want that. There we go. I used the tilt hydrometer. I like using this. Drop it in there. Get this rolling back into the laundry room where it loves. It's my favorite place to ferment my beer. That is my favorite place to ferment beer. And hey, look at that. What the hell? It's my favorite place to ferment beer and my why am I forgetting the name of it? Mead. Yes. It ferments well in my laundry room. So this is my Irish red ale, even though I think it's looking a little darker than I probably wanted. And again, I'm going to call it the Sealock Red after my mom's father. His last name, Noy Sealock. Again, the Irish part of my family. So anyway, because Irish ale, red ales, probably are more the thing than any kind of Italian beer, which is the other side of my family. I don't know. Maybe I'll have to make an Italian beer now because of that. But anyway, it's the Sealock Ale, Sealock Red. I don't know if I've quite come up with a definite name I want to give it. And we'll see how this goes. Hopefully this turns out all right. And it's not going to be much, right? Can't be much more than a 5% beer if it turns out to be that way. It doesn't matter. Okay, that's not important. I'm rambling here. Anyway, that's my brew day. And about, I started at 11:30. About 5 hours worth. So anyway, we'll do some follow-ups to the Irish Red Ale. Peace out.